mynews.studio.
Picture this. At a summit where robots are tending orchards and youth teams are presenting solutions that rival those from big tech, the main question is, can AI really help bridge divides across the world?
It's July 17th, 2025, and we're looking back at the UN's AI for Good Global Summit, which just wrapped up in Geneva. Right away, some of the headlines, autonomous orchard robots, drones reading environmental DNA, sound almost like science fiction. But what's at the heart of this summit? Why are all these people gathering?
The main aim is to move beyond theory and really show how AI can be used for public good. This year, the focus was on three big areas: health, education, and climate. But it wasn't just tech companies showing off prototypes. Youth teams from underserved regions were there, presenting solutions tailored to their own communities.
Wait, so these youth-led teams, are we talking about local groups from less represented areas? Not just startups from Silicon Valley or Europe?
Exactly. For example, some robotics teams from these regions are developing tools for disaster recovery and better waste management. What stands out is that these projects are designed for places with limited resources and infrastructure. It's local problems being met with local ingenuity, and some solutions are already being tested on the ground.
Interesting. Now, on healthcare, we often hear about AI in big hospitals. But how does any of this actually reach a rural clinic, say, somewhere remote?
They highlighted AI-powered triage and diagnostic systems built specifically for clinics without access to major hospitals. Early data shows these tools can speed up emergency response and improve diagnosis accuracy. It's about providing the right care to people who are far from city centers.
So that's real-world impact, not just theory. And I heard there was a big emphasis on ethics at the summit, especially in healthcare.
Yes, the World Health Organization used the summit to preview new guidelines for the ethical use of AI in traditional medicine. The main message was clear. As AI becomes more common, it needs to be transparent, fair, and able to work across different systems. They discussed a technical brief outlining principles for responsible use, especially where oversight is limited.
Are those just recommendations, or is there an actual push to turn them into policy?
Both. The summit wasn't just about sharing ideas. Policymakers from over 50 countries took part in sessions called the AI Governance Dialogue. The aim was to agree on regulatory frameworks that include developing countries, not just the major tech players.
That sounds like a real shift, but I wonder, how do they tackle the fact that AI often benefits places with good infrastructure, while others are left behind?
That's the central challenge. The summit made it clear, without universal connectivity and digital skills, these innovations won't reach everyone. There are now partnerships forming between the UN, local governments, and private companies to address gaps in infrastructure, digital literacy, and funding. One example is the Global Initiative on AI for Food Systems, which brings together multiple UN agencies to use AI for improving food security in developing areas.
So this isn't just talk. There are actual workshops and funding programs happening?
Exactly. There were hands-on sessions like the Youth Zone and Innovation Factory, supporting startups from the Global South. These provide funding, technical support, and opportunities to share knowledge, all aimed at helping local communities build and maintain their own AI solutions.
At the end of the day, do you think this summit is really making a difference? Or is it just another round of tech optimism?
What's different this year is the focus on outcomes you can actually measure. Better access to healthcare, real-time monitoring of environmental risks, and solid guidelines for ethical AI. The summit kept coming back to one question: can innovation be guided by shared values, not just market forces?
And by actively including local voices and focusing on responsible development, it seems like at least some progress is being made.
That's really the goal, to make sure AI is something that benefits everyone, not just a select few.
So, we've talked about robots in orchards, AI triage for rural clinics, and global efforts to close the digital divide. That's a lot to take in, and a lot of potential for real change.
If you're interested in how technology can help solve real-world problems when guided by cooperation and ethics, this summit offers a look at what's possible.
Thanks for joining us as we explored the breakthroughs and challenges from the AI for Good Summit in Geneva.
Thank you for listening. This episode was brought to you by mynews.studio. Tries now for free.